This is an introduction to the BERT Emergency Operations Program. Imagine for a moment your businesses, clients, insured, or your own family in this or a similar situation. What would it take to survive and recover from it? More importantly, what is it really like to have to manage any situation if first responders are delayed or spread so thin that the burden falls to you or a select few for an extended period? What would you do? What should your clients do? It's pretty fair to say that most all business emergency plans can be completely summed up as follows: evacuate to the parking lot and dial 911. The unique approach from this course includes a two-pronged, very basic premise. In any emergency, do something, do not become part of the problem. It works to provide the tools to be a force multiplier to first responders. While graduates should be able to quickly devise multiple plans while managing dozens of people simultaneously and effectively, we take great strides to limit the expectation of reaching beyond the skills learned. We do not generate Barney Fife graduates or Ricky Rescue Rangers.
And you got the topography, so you can hand it to us and say, hey, these ones right here, and this is what their capacity is, and this is what the explosion radius is. That way we know, hey, we can make a perimeter a mile long if you want. We can do that. If we can't do it with our occupancy, we can go out to the sheriff's department and ask for help. We can make it as big as possible for the safety of everybody around here in the public. So we have that resource.
I understand this is a BERT class. How many different businesses are here?
Well, we got 5. We got an auto dealer. We got.
Okay. The reason why I bring that up is because we've talked about this in the past. When you have an incident, especially as large as the one we're talking about with regard to flooding and fires, and a major, could be an aftermath of an earthquake, obviously. What's the major concern that most of your employers are going to have? What are they going to be concerned about the most? Their families, exactly. That being the case, have some type of contingency plan. Have something where you have your secretaries, you have some people that are maybe not involved in maybe some hands-on stuff. Start the process right away so they can come back and say, your family's fine, they're at home. As soon as he hears that, you got a dedicated guy who's going to stick around. Because what happens is, some major incident takes place, everybody wants to know how their family's doing, what are they all going to do? They're all going to go. So that's a key component of preparedness for emergencies, and that's something that you guys have to consider. If you're one of the top dogs in your corporation and you want people to stick around and help you keep your business afloat, because after the catastrophe you want to have something there, and that's something that you got to be looking at. Phones will be down. A lot of times, like in Haiti, the phones were down, but text messaging was working. Have a plan.
Our graduates have handled foreign operations in the Japan earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster using principles learned. Others have been first on scene of accidents and been powerful leaders. With the graduate having his or her business prepared and their home prepared, fear is allayed. Semper Paratus.